Just over a month ago, the Jacksonville rapper Julio Foolio was ambushed and killed on his birthday at a Holiday Inn in Tampa, Florida. The death of Julio Foolio was a result of a disputed gang war between Youngin Aces, ATK, which stands for Aces Top Killers, versus Julio Foolio's KTA, which stands for Kill Them All. Jacksonville was originally a place home to nothing musically or rap related, but that would all change in 2017 with the murder of Foolio's cousin, Zion Brown, which ignited a deadly gang war and gave Florida their introduction to drill music. Although the murder of Zion brought the city a lot of attention, the murder that put the city Jacksonville on the map worldwide was the death of Youngin Ace's younger brother and two younger friends after they were killed when they went out to eat on their birthday and slipped up by posting the location on social media. After posting their whereabouts on social media, their enemies got the location and followed them as they left the restaurant and put onto the main road and pulled up right next to them at the red light and dumped multiple shots into the vehicle, which killed everybody except Youngin Ace. Ace's top killers would soon retaliate, killing Lil Bibby, which was the younger brother and very close friend of Julio Foolio, and the gang war ignited. Fast forwarding to July of 2024, there are so many questions. Who are the 5 suspects involved? Who leaked Foolio's address? And how much trouble is Youngin Ace in? Out of the 5 suspects, 3 of them were caught. 2 guys and 1 girl. Isaiah Chance, Alicia Andrews, and Sean Gath Wright. It's widely believed that Alicia Andrews gave the location of Julio Foolio because she was at the Airbnb before they all got kicked out and then relocated to the Holiday Inn, the second location, with everybody. If there's any confusion, here's simply what happened. Foolio was having a birthday party at Airbnb in Tampa, Florida, 3 hours away from his hometown in Jacksonville, Florida. He posted the flyer on Instagram and social media and invited a bunch of girls. Now, it's widely believed, there's no proof on this yet, but it's widely believed that Alicia Andrews, the only female suspect, leaked his address because she was at both locations and gave the drop to his enemy. That's all 4 of them coming right through to that Holiday Inn hotel and killing and creating a whole brazen murder.
A little more than a month ago, a group of individuals with the goal of premeditated murder traveled from Jacksonville to Tampa to commit a heinous crime in our city. I said at that time that we would make arrests and get justice in this case for all the victims, including the mother of Charles Jones, who traveled from Jacksonville this morning to be present for this announcement. Today I stand before Tampa Police Major Pat Messmer, Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters, and Hillsborough State Attorney Susie Lopez to announce the arrest of 3 people in the deadly shooting of Charles Jones, also known by his stage name of Julio Foolio. In addition, we have warrants and are actively searching for 2 other individuals in this case. Today's announcement would not be possible without the outstanding investigative work of our homicide detectives and with the assistance of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the ATF.
The 2 men that the Tampa PD are looking for is Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy, who are 99% brothers because they have the same last name. Now, all 5 individuals are facing the same 2 charges. 1 degree in the first count of first-degree murder, and the second degree is the first count of conspiracy to commit murder, considering that they are all 5 residents of Jacksonville and drove 3 hours away to commit a murder, which is conspiracy.
These individuals took extreme measures to try to cover their actions, but they were no match for our investigators. Isaiah Chance, Alisa Andrews, Sean Gaithright, Davion Murphy, and Rashard Murphy are all accused of playing a role in Jones's death and are all charged with 1 count of murder in the first degree, premeditated with the discharge of a firearm, and 1 count of conspiracy of murder in the first degree, premeditated with the discharge of a firearm. Chance, Andrews, and Gaithright were arrested over the weekend in Jacksonville. Davion Murphy and Rashard Murphy are still fugitives of justice, and we are working closely with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and the U.S. Marshals to apprehend them.
The JSO and ATF Marshals seem to have collectively solved this case in less than a month. The Jacksonville rapper Youngin Ace has been very quick to mock the death of his top op Julio Foolio, but that's pretty much expected. This is the equivalent of the Chicago King Von versus FBG Duck, and just like how King Von mocked Duck when he died, Young and Ace is doing the same thing to Julio Foolio. Ace released multiple tracks such as Do It, which went #1 on trending the day after Julio Foolio died, but the most disrespectful song in my opinion would be Game Over, which sort of reminded me to Quan Rondo's whole End of Story, which played on King Von's Crazy Story, because him in the music video at the start of it, he had a bottle of Don Julio, so essentially he was drinking on Julio and smoking on Julio, and that was just crazy disrespect. The craziest thing about Foolio's death is that he really died in the same manner that he mocked his enemies for. Now in the song When I See You, he had a bar that said, 4 shot, 3 dead in the worst way, went out to eat on his birthday, which mocks Young and Ace's brother and friends dying on their birthday. Now Julio Foolio, what did he do? He died on his birthday, and if that wasn't crazy enough, Julio Foolio was one of the 4 people shot, and he was the only person that died. And what's even more crazy is that Julio Foolio wasn't even the driver, and he wasn't in the back. He was a passenger and still managed to die. And I'm pretty much thinking that they knew where he was sitting in the car, because if you see the whole video of the artillery, they're walking straight up to the car, shooting a Draco and AK, like they wanted him dead. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts, right? But when you're a Joe rapper who you mock the dead, you laugh at the dead, you smoke on the dead, you make diss songs with the dead, this stuff all comes full circle, and you can't feel bad for him. Like, I know if Ace were to die, Foolio would have done the same thing. So that's why when Foolio died, Ace is doing the same thing. And it's honestly pretty much fair game. But after seeing this crazy footage of them running Foolio down, this will make you rethink the whole situation.
The hotel, and you can see the shooters are getting in position for their planned out murder. And they are shooting at Charles now, and you can see that he's the passenger in that car that's moving and trying to flee. And again, they're still shooting at him. He's the right front passenger in that vehicle. It's clear from that video what they were set out to do and what they had planned to do.
Now in a Young and Ace DJ Academics interview that dropped today, Ace would talk about how he actually nearly cried when he heard that Julio Foolio died and how it broke his heart in a very satire manner if you know how they're top enemies.
It feels like about a month ago now. Julio Foolio from Jacksonville, someone that you know, he lost his life. Where were you when you found out about that?
I was in the bed crying and shit, like, damn, niggas out there, like, shit crazy.
You shed a tear?
Multiple. Cause it's like, damn, life's so short. It's like,
you've experienced a lot of death. Like, I mean, I know you guys can get along like that, but it's like
we were best friends.
No, y'all weren't best friends.
Like twin, bro.
Nah, y'all weren't best friends. Come on now.
Young and Ace is clearly taking a page out of King Von's book. Now, if you guys do remember when King Von died, and actually his last interview that he did before he died was with DJ Academics, surprisingly, he said that when FBG Duck died, who was his top op from 63rd, we know from 63rd, he said that Duck death broke his heart and that he didn't even went to sleep that night, and this led to this viral clip right here. I highly doubt that Young and Ace has something to do with the murder of Foolio, but the police are already looking at ATK as the perps for the murder. And given the fact that this murder happened out of town, it actually makes it easier to build the narrative that this was conspiracy because they killed someone out of town and it was successful. Right now the girl is caught and she's gonna squeal. She's gonna tell. Those guys are cooked and they're all going to get life in jail over what? And that's the thing about Rico charges and why Young and Ace really has to slow down and chill out on the diss records that he's putting out. See, the beauty of the Rico charge is, which pretty much took down all the mob bosses, is that the Rico charges gave the lookout, the driver, the middleman, the person who bought the guns, everyone but the trigger man the same time as the trigger man. So if you bought the gun, if you just gave the drop to someone, you're getting the same death penalty or football number sentence as the same person that pulled the trigger. So that's why 9 times out of 10, most people snitch in this situation, and everybody's going down in this situation, man. Even if it's at the hand of the one girl, the 2 guys, everybody's getting cooked in the situation because after seeing this footage of the arrest and the footage of the takedown, there is no way you can deny that that was them in the video, and it's looking real bad.